You guys should know I'm a real big fan of the Lapeef Network. I want to give a big shout out to Lapeef Jr. He's doing an excellent job over there. Brother Anton Daniels is also over there. Sister Courtney's over there. They have a really good crowd. They have events and everything like that. And they're really carrying on, really good, really powerful intellectual conversations that really lead to the permanent interest in the Black community. And I want to talk about this particular clip that was put up last week. And the clip kind of oscillates around this idea that Black women who listens to Kevin Samuels tended to be overall better women. Now, we could talk about what we saw online as far as what Kevin Samuels fans look like in comparisons to the haters. That's a whole different subject. I'll leave the looks alone. But Sister Courtney really gave a really good example as to why Black women who liked Kevin Samuels overall were better women than those who disliked him. So I want to play the clip that I want to talk about right now, and then we'll go from there.
So let's just look at the audience, right? So the audience of women that appreciated Kevin Samuels, the Melody Kings, or let's just say that. And then the quality of woman that was over all on Derrick Jaxn, taking heed to every single word to make them feel good. And if you have an idea of what type of woman was over there eating it all up, and when I say eating it, specifically women that eat. If men want and need women to respect them, how can women respect men that lie?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question.
They can't.
Right. So let's just take it to like a Kevin Samuels and a Derrick Jaxn.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Samuels, straightforward, honest. Derrick Jaxn, pander, feelings, lie. Who has more respect, do you think, for women? Or just in general?
I say Kevin Samuels.
So, and Kevin didn't get big just off men. It was women that was always on his platform trying to get validation from him. Women want honesty. Even though you might see pushback, at the end of the day, we want to be with a man that we can respect.
So guys, you kind of heard what she had to say. And I know the clip was kind of spliced up, but I want to kind of deal with the main part. The main part was a lot of people, when we're dealing with women, we deal with the fact of, let me tell her what she wants to hear. We even hear that in music, right? Tell her what she wants to hear. But then that's something that we know that women do like, but I think that is more or less a short-term result. Women are human. Humans like the truth, even if that person may not always be truthful. Humans like honor, right? It's a big part of the character, doing what you say you're going to do, right? Being dependable. And what she is saying is this: women, despite their feelings being hurt or whatever, the women who really want to develop more in the process want to know the truth, okay? And if a woman knows the truth, she can deal with it. And also she knows the truth and she can accept it. She has the capability of either improving herself or improving for the relationship in general, because she knows what the truth is. She can work on those things. And that is important. And another thing is, because a woman respects you for telling the truth, she can deal with you in a better way. Because if a person don't respect you, how can they treat you nice? Right? They can't treat you nice. They can go through the motions of having sex with you and pretending to love you and all that stuff, but they can't really treat you the way that you need to be treated, because to be treated is based on respect. Respect is very big for men. Men value respect at the top of the list of things that they want. All right? I don't care what you like, Republicans, Democrats, whatever. But now let's kind of go back to the point. I know people who didn't like Kevin Samuels. I have personal friends who don't like Kevin Samuels. I have ex-girlfriends who don't like Kevin Samuels. And do you know what? Those women are always in tumultuous, bad shape, doing very poorly. Never, they love the Derrick Jaxn kind of pandering kind of content. And guess what? They can never find meaningful relationships because they don't want to take any, let's just say they don't want to take any ownership of their proclivities or habits and who they select. It is almost continuous in what they're doing, right? It's the same thing. It's oscillating in what they're doing, going up and down with the same situation, right? They're never making anything that is improving, right? It's constitutive. So they want to get people to make them feel good about their choices and their behavior. So when everything doesn't work out, which it won't, we know that, they can blame somebody else. So they can blame the guys that they're choosing. They can blame the black church. They can blame black men. They can come out with all kind of, epithets of, you're gay, you can't deal with a real woman and things like that. So for men, if we leave looks aside, who are the better kind of women that you want to deal with? You want to deal with the woman who's not perfect, but you would like to deal with the woman who's an accountable person. So guys, I want to use an example, okay? The example I want to use are different countries. Let's take a country like Singapore, or a country like Qatar, or a country like the United Emirates. We can even, I'm using countries in the past that were different. And the reason why I'm using those countries because some of them had advantages like resources that are natural and some didn't, like Singapore did not. How did these countries grow to develop to what they are? Singapore is a great economy, multifaceted skills. It's great. Why is Singapore great? Singapore took ownership of the issues that it was having to try to fix those weaknesses to become better as a country, to become a better world player in the political scheme, in the economy. I believe they refer to it as, as one of the tigers of Asia. But you look at Singapore as very, very respected. Versus countries who have a lot of resources, pick one. We will leave the names out of this, right? That have all the resources in the world. You can come and look at some of those in Africa, and you can come up with the countries I'm talking about here, and they cannot make any progress. And then you want to hear like, oh, the GDP is rising, Africa is rising, and then when you look at it, it's not rising. You want to hear that because you're from there, or because it makes you feel better, or because you think things are booming, but it's not booming for you. Same thing about the black community, right? We like to hear things that make us feel good, but we're not rising, and we get upset if other groups point it out, whatever the case may be. So who are the people that are going to really raise these communities, really raise these nations? The people who will actually put in the effort and the work to understand, okay, we're having problems here, right? Any business, any church, whatever. That's the issue. Women who listen to Kevin Samuels are going to look at themselves and say, what problems were I contributing into the relationship fundamentally? And that's what I think men are looking for, because women, and I understand this. I was talking to Courtney about this last night. Women, you have to really teach them how to treat you if you're an overachiever, because they don't know. Most black women don't know, in my honest opinion. They've never had to deal with guys who are doing very well. So it's a new experience for them. But what are black men really looking for who are really doing well? This ability to want to do better, right? If you have that attitude, you can improve into the relationship. We can start from there. Do you want to improve? Are you trying to improve? Am I giving you the incentive to improve? There you go. Once we have that established, then it's great. But now if you're a woman and you don't have any incentive to prove, everything that somebody tells you, you take it as offensive, you take it as attacking. If it might not be attacking, we can't be in a relationship because you can't improve. It's only one-sided. So you never do anything wrong. You're defensive, and anything that I do wrong is what you want to hold me accountable for, but not you. And I really feel that people who didn't like Kevin Samuels, that was them. They just didn't really want it. They had no idea of how to improve. It was always black men's fault for everything. And that's how we can't have meaningful discussions, because you're always defensive. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junkie. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.